Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, and I am very excited to make this video here today because I love this time of year. It's time once again for Activision to come out and say what a massive success Call of Duty is to all of their shareholders. You know, it's the biggest game ever, it's doing so well, everybody is happy, we're making so much money. It's the same song and dance every single year, so let's go ahead and take a look at the recent statement. Microsoft CEO says Call of Duty Black Ops 6 has more players in its launch quarter than any other Call of Duty title in franchise history. Congratulations, Activision, you guys did it, man. Call of Duty is up so good, except it's not, man. No shit, it has the most players ever. The game is literally free to play for a massive percentage of its player base. Whether you're talking about the Warzone only players, who I'm sure they are including in here since they like to combine everything to inflate their numbers, or whether or not we're talking about the 30 to 40 billion people who have some version of Game Pass, the game is literally free. I'm a YouTuber and I never even bought the game. I just happen to have Game Pass. Not to mention, they were basically giving it away for the past 2 months. It was on sale at pretty much every outlet for every platform. They were incentivizing people to buy the game on sale with gift cards being thrown in as a bonus. They have done literally everything they can to save face and make Call of Duty look better than it currently is. But despite all of their efforts, it looks like Call of Duty actually failed, and this is pretty freaking mind-blowing. So we all know that COD is in a bad place. It's been discussed so much here on YouTube that I'm honestly getting burnt out even thinking about it. But while the Microsoft CEO is saying that's the most played COD ever, they also had to reveal the real truth. When it comes to the information that they released for their shareholders, they try their best to make things look as good as possible, but here is the most damning thing of all, and they cannot hide from it. For the months of October, November, and December of 2024, which is the entirety of the Black Ops 6 launch cycle and is the busiest time of year for sales with Black Friday and Christmas, gaming revenue for Microsoft declined 7%. It actually did worse in the fourth quarter, the biggest time of year, to the months of July, August, and September, which arguably are the worst time of year besides maybe January. They purchased Call of Duty and everything within the Activision Blizzard umbrella for $75 billion when it was all said and done, and they flopped in the fourth quarter, the easiest quarter of the year for them. That was supposed to be a gimme. That is downright embarrassing, and you might think that's just because everybody's playing on Game Pass instead of actually buying the game, but that doesn't seem to really be true either, because Game Pass sales only went up 2% during that time. So overall, they declined 7% in overall gaming sales, but only increased 2% when it comes to Game Pass revenue. And if that does not go to show that the Call of Duty franchise is an absolute shit show this year, then I don't know what else to tell you guys. We keep seeing things like this right here that say that Call of Duty is the #1 most played game on console, but we've been over all of this before. It's Call of Duty, man. It's literally combining 4 games together with all the modes included, like Warzone, multiplayer, campaign, zombies, co-op, amongst 4 different games all combined. That is what makes up the Call of Duty HQ, and their competition are games like Roblox, GTA 5, Madden, and 2K, right? Very casual console games. It is impressive, I will say, that they're able to go back and forth with Fortnite for the #1 spot on Xbox and PlayStation, but that's just how gaming is. Like, those games are huge when it comes to brand recognition and familiarity. Everybody knows Fortnite and everybody knows COD. The only difference is Fortnite proudly displays their player counts, while Call of Duty has to combine 4 full games together and hide their numbers on top of that so that the brand Call of Duty looks good, which implies that the new Call of Duty is doing good, which it just clearly is not. What we got with Season 2 here was nothing short of a slap in the face to players. The anti-cheat was not changed at all. They claimed that it was changed and more changes were coming, but literally nothing changed. Look at this clip right here, man. People are taking the Wonder Weapon from the new Zombies map into Warzone and killing people with it. There is no integrity in this game whatsoever, and I'm hearing that the plan now is to make the real anti-cheat changes during Season 2 Reloaded and Season 3, but don't be surprised if they keep pushing that date back, because they literally cannot keep up with the hacking situation here in this game. It's getting so bad that there are actually rumors going around right now, I just saw this today, that there are interns and people working at Activision on the anti-cheat, and they're selling inside knowledge and sharing code to the people who make the hacks for $30,000 a pop. Now, I'm not entirely sure how true that is, but it just goes to show how fundamentally broken this this game is and how morally corrupt this franchise has become. Microsoft is out here spreading the narrative that more people than ever are playing Call of Duty right now. Meanwhile, they're making less money than before Call of Duty came out. How do you release a game like COD and not make as much money as the months that preceded it? It makes no sense whatsoever, and the real narrative here is this is the most quit Call of Duty of all time. More players have left than ever before. Well, maybe the most players since Ghost, I suppose, but you guys get the point I'm trying to make here. Call of Duty is in a terrible place, and I am just so tired of everything surrounding this franchise being like this, because with Season 2, I was genuinely excited for the new zombies to come out. If you guys don't know, I live stream on Twitch pretty much every single day, and oftentimes I like to stream zombies. I do my challenges, I go for my headshots, and I just sit there and chat with the community. It's an incredibly laid-back place, it's a very chill time, and then we get this new zombies map, and the general consensus is that it's hot garbage. It's a filler map. It was rushed out because they needed something to bring players back as soon as possible, and now they are paying the price because people are not happy, and content has never been the issue for Black Ops 6 or Call of Duty in general. Like, the number of maps and guns that we had before Season 2 was serviceable enough for the time, right? New content is always appreciated, but content was never the issue. The issues lie with the matchmaking, with the anti-cheat, with the chat bans, and everything else that we've been covering here on the channel, and I am proud to say, ladies and gentlemen, that it's not just me. J-God's out here making videos about the end of Warzone. Exclusive Ace has been covering some of it as well. Blame Truth, who's been having so many issues with his dog Buddy, which, by the way, all love the Buddy. He is one of the best dogs in the world, and hopefully it's all uphill from here. But even Blame Truth is posting about it when he has the time. The entire community as a whole, I'm not just going to sit here listing off names over and over, everybody is covering this. It's not just the complainmentators or the rage baiters. People that say that shit are so delusional. It's everybody. The state of the game right now is the worst that we have seen in an incredibly long time, maybe even ever, and the more people we have talking about that, the better. We often say that Activision is going to have to eventually do something, anything, to turn things around, and now that we know that Microsoft is actually losing money, even though they have Call of Duty on their roster, the launch of a COD game, they lost money, it's only a matter of time before the higher-ups at Microsoft start calling the shots down to Activision, because it's clear that Activision cannot run their own franchise anymore. They have run their series into the ground over the course of the past 5 years, ever since Modern Warfare 2019, when they decided that they wanted Call of Duty to become a free-to-play battle royale, essentially, with an optional paid multiplayer. They designed skill-based matchmaking as a way to extract as much money from the casual player base as possible, and while that casual player base is likely still happy with the franchise, the numbers don't lie. They are losing money with this system currently right now, and with them investing $75 billion to buy Activision, and to be fair, it's Activision Blizzard, so it entails all the games underneath that umbrella, but Call of Duty, of course, is the big one. They invested all that money into this franchise, and then they went on to have one of the worst launches, if not the worst launch in COD history. Heads are gonna roll, man, and it's gonna be really interesting to see how all this plays out. Ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be it for this video here today. Like I said, I was pretty excited to talk about it here because them losing money is good for us, the player base, the people who helped build this franchise and then had to sit here and watch as they ruined it. We finally get some good news, and that's why I wanted to make this video here today. Ladies and gentlemen, that is all I have for you. I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave your thoughts and feedback down there in the comments. Thank you all so much for listening, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.